The mental battlefield. Master yourself or be ruled forever. That is the choice. And make no mistake, it is a choice. Because if you don't control your mind, someone else will. If you don't own your emotions, the world will weaponize them against you. If you don't lead yourself with discipline, your life will be dictated by distraction, delay, and destruction. You cannot be free and undisciplined at the same time. You cannot be powerful and reactive. You cannot be respected and ruled by impulse. There is no freedom without internal authority. Distraction and numbness. The world is full of people who look strong but live weak. People who chase image but reject effort. Who want success without sweat, freedom without responsibility, and strength without sacrifice. But here's the truth. Mastery begins the moment you stop negotiating with your lesser self. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. The world will tempt you to stay distracted, to stay passive, to stay numb. Scroll, swipe, binge, repeat. Because every time you choose escape over evolution, comfort over clarity, pleasure over purpose, you hand over the keys to your kingdom. Impulse versus principle. You become a servant to your own emotions, your cravings, your doubt, and you start to live someone else's life. The ads you see, the people you follow, the opinions you inherit, the routines you never questioned, they become the architects of your identity. And you start calling that identity you. But it's not. You are not your habits. You are not your fears. You are not the labels they gave you when you were too young to say no. You are potential. You are power. You are purpose waiting for alignment. The throne of mind control. And none of that can emerge until you take the throne. Because life is not a democracy. It is a battlefield. And the war is within. Mastery is not about perfection. It's not about control in the toxic sense. It's about alignment, about being able to give yourself a command and follow through. That is real power. Because most people know what to do, but they can't get themselves to do it. Mirror of identity. Why? Because their emotions are the ruler, not the servant. Their impulses are the king, not the soldier. Their cravings are the compass, not their values. And you cannot live like that and be free. You'll be chained by your appetite, by the sugar, by the screen, by the hit of dopamine you confuse for happiness. Mastery is when you feel the craving and choose differently. When your mind says quit and you don't. When the excuse shows up and you shut it down. When fear knocks and you open the door anyway. Morning battle. Because you are no longer negotiating with weakness. You are operating from principle. That's what separated Lincoln from the cowards. What separated Mandela from the mob. What separated Marcus Aurelius from madness. They ruled themselves first and then ruled nations. But you want to change your job? Change your health? Change your income? Then rule your morning. Rule your thoughts. Rule the 2 inches between impulse and action. Rule your relationship with pain, becoming the author, because until you do, someone else will. That alarm you keep snoozing? That's a contract with mediocrity. That junk food you keep buying? That's a vote against your future. That gossip you indulge in? That's an act of self-sabotage. Every decision is a signature. Every choice is a declaration of what you value. And if you don't master yourself, your life will become a reflection of other people's agendas. The weight of excuses. You will chase trends instead of truth. You will seek approval instead of alignment. You will follow the crowd and call it ambition. But inside, you'll know the truth. You're playing small. You're living someone else's story. You've handed over the pen. And here's the most brutal part. No one's coming to get it back for you. Not your parents, not your partner, not a course, not a coach, not a guru. This is your fight, your throne, your mind. And until you master it fully, you will always be ruled. Walking through the storm by fear, by insecurity, by emotion, by addiction, by noise. But here's the good news. The moment you decide to lead yourself, everything changes. When you declare, "This is who I am," and your actions match your words, that's sovereignty. When you feel resistance, but move anyway, that's freedom. When you're tired, but still push forward, that's strength. Final ascension, mastered self. You don't need to be the most talented, the most gifted, the most supported. You need to be the most aligned, the most disciplined, the most relentless in your pursuit of self-command. Because if you don't program your mind, the world will. And if you let that happen, you'll spend your entire life reacting instead of building. This is the work of a warrior, of a leader, of a creator. You will be tempted, you will be tired, you will be tested, but you will not bow because you are done being ruled. You are here to master.